It's a bittersweet day for baseball fans. The Pittsburgh Pirates played their last spring training game of the season at Lecombe Park in Bradenton.
But it was a great month economically for the Suncoast. The Visitors Bureau predicting this could be a record-setting year. ABC 7's Dwayne Lindo has details on the baseball impact.
Major League Baseball players and Major League fans giving a boost to the economy.
We've been to 3 Pirate games here at McKechnie Field.
Visitors from western Pennsylvania making Manatee County a familiar stop.
As a matter of fact, next week we're coming back into Bradenton. We're going out to Anna Marie Island for another week.
Executive Director of the Bradenton Area Convention Visitors Bureau, Elliot Falcioni, says this is not uncommon. Those visitors, at times, become residents.
You can walk every street of Bradenton and find so many native Pittsburghers here, and we attribute that to the Pirates training here since 1969.
According to a Convention Bureau impact study, the total economic impact that spring training brought to Manatee County last year is estimated at more than $36 million and is expected to be even more this year.
Well, we're still looking at a 3% overall growth in visitation.
And with these numbers, it seems that year after year, businesses are reaping the rewards from spring training, but none more than the business right across the street from Lecombe Park.
We see extreme increases at the end of February, during the month of March when the team's in town.
General Manager of Darwin's Brewing Company, Matt Cornelius, says the team and other businesses in the area work hand in hand.
You can't overstate the importance of spring training to our business, to other businesses in the area, I'm sure. You know, and we're extremely excited that this area has garnered the attention of other professional sports clubs. If you don't understand the significance of that, you're probably not doing business in the Sarasota and Manatee area.
Matt Cornelius referring to the Braves in Northport, which the county has estimated they may have an $89 million economic impact when they arrive by the spring of 2019.
Fishermen who harvest shark fins would face larger fines under a bill passed by the Florida Senate panel today. The Senate Environmental and Natural Resources Appropriations Subcommittee unanimously passing the bill that would crack down on the possession of shark fins, which are considered a delicacy in parts of Asia. Under this measure, fishermen who separate a shark fin from the rest of the animal while on state waters face a $5,000 fine for a first violation and a $10,000 fine for a second. A commercial angler's saltwater fishing license could also be suspended for up to 6 months.
People are landing sharks just really for the fin. It's the most profitable part of the shark. So by banning that outright, the sale of shark fins, it will help conserve sharks worldwide.
A similar bill passed a House committee yesterday. Both bills have one more committee stop before they can be taken up by the full House and Senate.
It's only the beginning of alligator mating season, but already these gators are showing up in places where they shouldn't be. An 8-foot-long alligator appeared on the tennis courts at Inglewood Sports Complex this morning. Management thinks he wandered onto the courts overnight, and once he got into the fence, he couldn't figure out how to get out. Wendy Aldridge, recreation coordinator at the complex, says with ponds on either side of the tennis courts, she thinks the gator was trying to move from one to the other.
The sheriff's office came down and that officer was able to tie him to the tennis post. That way he couldn't get out or harm or injure anybody, and that kept him contained in the area until the trappers could get him here to go ahead and take him away from the park.
Wildlife experts warn that mating season lasts from now until June, and during that time, alligators are more active and aggressive. You are asked to treat all freshwater sources if alligators are living there and stay away from the water's edge. You just never know, especially with them being a little more aggressive this time of year. You don't want to take any chances.
Not at all. Big animals, they can get very big. And,
very large.
Yeah, but if you keep your distance and stay away, don't do what that guy just
Don't
did.
do that. That is.
Yeah. You know, they're a part of Florida, and we can
coexist.
Co-survive. Yeah, coexist
and
together.
I think some people are fooled because they are very inactive for long periods of time, so they seem maybe like they're slow animals, but they can move very quickly. It's deceiving. So.
And I bet a few were out sunning themselves
I'm
today,
sure they were.
because it was a nice day to do that for anyone. Here's Bob with more.
Yeah, cold-blooded, they don't move much, but when they do move, they move quickly. I know one thing, I was out over the waters today off the coast of Sarasota, and there were numerous sharks. A lot of boaters catching sharks at their black tips, and we saw a nice big hammerhead too. We'll have that report, full report tomorrow night at 11 and again at Friday at 5:30 or so. Beautiful day, though. Waters were rather calm across the bay, and as far as our current conditions go, we have lots of sunshine out there. 78 degrees. Dew point is at 63 now. Winds out of the west-southwest at 11, and the pressure now 29.98 inches. Still high. It's falling ever so slightly at this hour. Area of low pressure spinning over Oklahoma and Kansas right now. Not doing a whole lot in terms of rough weather this evening. We have one area that we're concerned with. Another one could break out, though. They just issued, the Storm Prediction Center, a tornado watch for parts of Arkansas into Oklahoma and even Missouri this afternoon. The bigger storms now down south near Houston. Currently for us, the evening planner looks good. No rain in the forecast. Temperatures staying pretty warm, too, into the mid-60s to upper 60s across the region. Now, there may be a little bit of patchy fog forming late tonight, especially inland areas. It'll be a ground fog situation and should burn off rather quickly throughout the day on Thursday. Dry air in place right now will limit the rainfall that we are anticipating to move in on Friday. There'll be a few showers with this front. Not a lot, but we will see a few. It looks like moving on in by Friday. We'll have more on that coming up in a few minutes. Back to you.
Thank you, Bob. A manhunt is underway in New Britain, Connecticut for a man considered armed and dangerous. Investigators are on the lookout for a suspect identified as Jermaine Scott after police say he shot 2 women and a child this morning not too far away from a school and hospital. Both the school and the hospital were put on lockdown as a precaution. The victims were taken to hospitals for gunshot wounds, but they are expected to survive.
Our investigators with the New Britain Chief State's Attorney's Office are actively seeking Mr. Scott at this time. We put a flyer out to you and to the public in hopes that if anyone sees them, they'll contact the police department. He is considered armed and dangerous, should not be approached.
Police believe the suspect had a domestic relationship with one of the women who was shot, and that incident was not random.
A follow-up now on the Florida woman charged with threatening the parent of a boy killed in the 2012 mass shooting at Sandy Hook Elementary School in Connecticut. Lucy Richards was a no-show at a change of plea hearing at a Fort Lauderdale courthouse today. Her lawyer told a federal judge that she refused to come to court. The judge then issued a warrant for her arrest. Richards was set to plead guilty to a charge of interstate transmission of a threat to injure. Prosecutors say she believed the Sandy Hook mass shooting was a hoax. She previously pleaded not guilty to threatening Lenny Posner, the father of 6-year-old victim Noah Posner.
Walt Disney World is making another security change at most of its most popular park, Magic Kingdom. Disney is moving its metal detectors to an earlier entry point at the park. Starting next Monday, the detectors will be located at the Transportation and Ticket Center instead of the entrance to Magic Kingdom. Disney officials say the change is an effort to improve the arrival process for visitors. Meanwhile, visitors staying at the 3 resorts along the monorail route will go through security at the monorail stations there. Orlando's other major theme parks, Universal and SeaWorld, have also added metal detectors.
Allface Food Bank kicking off its annual campaign on the Suncoast to end summer hunger. During the school year, students get fed, but in the summer, it's not so easy, and food bank officials say too many students go hungry during summer break. Food bank officials say this summer, 40,000 kids will face hunger in Sarasota and DeSoto counties. But with the help of the hundreds that came out to support the annual campaign against hunger kickoff this morning, they can help more hungry children. The CEO of Allface says too often kids are forgotten during the summer vacation.
They do tend to forget, and that's why we launched the campaign in 2014. They go back to their summers. Our snowbirds, our residents go back to their summer lives, and they forget that when school ends, hunger begins for at least half of the kids.
Last year's campaign raised $1.3 million and helped feed 31,000 children, over 2 million meals. They hope to beat those numbers this year. The 2-week drive begins April 1st.
So donate. And still to come on your Suncoast News, engine fires and faulty doors lead to 2 separate recalls, which Ford vehicles need to go back to the dealership.
Hi, I'm Linda Carson. Coming up, we will introduce you to the Silver Foxes and show you what performers 55 and up can do.
My Hometown Fest is coming to Nathan Venderson Park Saturday, April 15th. Join us for culinary favorites from across the U.S. paired with your favorite craft beers. There's also great live music and activities for adults and kids. Buy your tickets today at myhometownfest.org.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
The Sarasota Film Festival is March 31st through April 9th, featuring independent films from around the world, panels, parties, and conversations with stars, all happening in downtown Sarasota.
You don't want to miss it, so get your festival guide and choose the films and events you want to attend.
Buy your tickets online, by phone, or at the Hollywood 20 box office. They go fast, so get them now.
So join us to see and be seen.
Tomorrow at 4 on Suncoast View.
There's something for everyone at the Sarasota Film Festival. I'm Stephanie Roberts. On Suncoast View, we'll preview the discussion panels you can be a part of, plus Suncoast Kids directing the latest short films. Easter is on its way. We'll have creative basket ideas, plus our gadget guru has grilling tools, a dueling pianos performance, and Food Lovers Catering joins us in the kitchen.
Tomorrow at 4 on Suncoast View.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining.
Tickets are going fast for My Hometown Fest, being held from noon till 5 p.m. Saturday, April 15th at Nathan Benderson Park. Enjoy foods from 40 area restaurants, 60-plus craft beers, live music, and lots of fun. Buy your tickets today at myhometownfest.org.
We get a lot of retirees here in the Suncoast, and after successful careers, they arrive here looking to live out their dreams.
And some of their dreams take them right to the stage. And the Silver Foxes, that's in the spotlight with ABC7's Linda Carson.
The Silver Foxes, made up of performers ages 55 and up, are rehearsing right now for their big 25th anniversary show at the Venice Theater this weekend. Most of the Silver Foxes are retirees. They come from a wide variety of successful careers.
We have military vets, we have some doctors, we have a few attorneys, we have housewives, we have some house husbands, we have a former ringmaster, and UPS people.
They rehearse 3 times a week, year-round, take their shows out to the community, and once a year perform at the Venice Theater. There's singing and dancing and comedy, says actress Carol Depkin.
We do a series of jogging routines, little jokes and things, and also there are 5 of us women who are doing the Dixie Swim Club.
Carol won't say how old she is, but she does admit to being over 80. All her life she harbored a secret desire to act, but never got the opportunity.
I was the mother of 5 children, and I worked. So I didn't have much time for a lot of other things.
But since she's retired and joined the Silver Foxes, she's kicking up her heels. The same thing is true for Maria Sanchagata. She's always wanted a dance career, but life interfered.
Performed at Players and Venice Theater in shows, danced in high school, and, just loved it all and did whatever I could with the working career, too.
And now, up on that stage, it's everything she dreamed it would be.
It's real high. You get chills. I mean, you're up there and the audience loves what you're doing. It really is a high, and it's a great opportunity to be doing this at our age.
She says it's a joyful new beginning for her, as it is for many of the Silver Foxes, and they love surprising audiences with what senior citizens can do.
And they think once you go over that hill, you're on your way sliding out, and that's it. But we're kicking and clawing and having a good time all the way out.
They just want to make you have as much fun as they're having. The Silver Foxes present Seasons of Love at the Venice Theater Thursday through Sunday with 2 shows on Saturday. Happy 25th anniversary, guys. Linda Carson, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Linda. We saw Bob trying out a few of the moves over there. He might join the Silver Foxes.
Yeah.
Just watch out.
Pretty soon. Here's what's happening right now. I want to show you this picture that was sent on a Twitter account. This is an interesting photo. Multiple funnels, if you will, of water spouts. Very interesting shot. There were a total of 14 at one time. This from Barbie Wilson on our Twitter account. And this is down near the Lower Keys in Key West yesterday as a line of showers developing. Now, this area is known as particularly Water Spout Alley. You know about Tornado Alley in Texas, Oklahoma, and Kansas. Well, this is Water Spout Alley, and appreciate that photo. Barbie sending us that and letting us use that tonight. Appreciate it. Some patchy morning fog for us tomorrow morning. That'll burn off quickly, though. A few showers are possible on Friday. There's a slight chance for an isolated thunderstorm. And then the weekend looks good. The system should get out of here pretty quickly. Right now, it is moving through the lower portion of the southern plains right now. Some moderate showers to heavier weather there, starting to break out into Arkansas. And that's where some rough weather is starting to be a concern tonight into Arkansas and also into Missouri. 78, no concerns with our weather. And dew point is at 63. Winds are out of the west-southwest at 11. And the high today was pretty close to where we saw it yesterday. 81, 78ers are normal. 60 was the morning low. That too running typical for this time of year. And this is a nice time of year here along the Sun Coast. And it looks like no rainfall to report. We're not expecting and anticipating a lot with this system on Friday, but on Tuesday and Wednesday and even a chance on Monday of next week, we could see a little bit more rainfall around. Now notice the winds. They'll be out of the east to southeast overnight, and that will allow for some fog to form. They'll be rather light. And then notice tomorrow they'll be more southerly. So that's going to change things a little bit around. As the high pressure shifts off to the south and east, our winds turn more southerly. That brings a little bit more surface moisture back up, and so the humidity values will be a little higher throughout the afternoon on Thursday. But our forecast still calls for a gorgeous day, highs in the upper 70s to low 80s, at least near the coast, upper 80s inland. And this area of low pressure kind of cut off from the main flow of the jet stream will slowly move off to the east on in through Missouri, Illinois, and Indiana over the next 48 hours. You can see that cold front, though, stretching all the way down into the western Gulf of Mexico right now. Temperatures mild in Buffalo at 51, Pittsburgh at 60 degrees, New York the same, 44 in Omaha, so a little bit cooler over the northern plains. Denver now at 54 degrees. Still out ahead of that front, temperatures very warm. Dallas at 81, and now in Atlanta it's 82 degrees, 85 into Jacksonville, and 79 in Mobile. Well, as far as our forecast is concerned, the RPM forecast model showing a little bit of fog developing overnight. As I mentioned, inland areas. Here comes the front, pretty active across New Orleans, stretching down to the western Gulf throughout the day on Thursday, and then that line kind of fades away as it gets close to us. I think it'll hold together enough to bring us a few showers come Friday, and into Friday afternoon we could see a few showers, but it pushes to the south and eventually fades away just in time for the weekend as high pressure will build in from the west and keep skies rather mild on Saturday and Sunday. Southeast winds turn to the south. They'll pick up a bit too in the afternoon out of the south at 15 knots. Seas will be 2 feet with a moderate chop on the bays and inland waters. Water temperature warming up 74, and the UV index will be high at a 10. So load up on the sunscreen. Tides upcoming, low tide at 9:18 and another one at 9:05 tomorrow morning. Sunset will be at 7:46. Tonight mostly fair, some fog, low of 63. Mild conditions, southeast winds 5 to 10. For tomorrow looks good. We'll have a high of 81 degrees, mostly sunny and a little bit of patchy fog in the morning burning off. South winds pick up, a little bit breezy. South winds 10 to 15, and the extended forecast calling for increasing clouds on Friday with a chance for showers and an isolated thunderstorm, not out of the question. Still a few clouds on Saturday, but not much. Temperatures do not cool down. They stay into the low to mid 80s through Wednesday of next week. And there's that at least chance for showers Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week. Haley?
Thank you, Bob. Now to Suncoast Traffic Watch. No accidents right now, but in South Sarasota County, Stickney Point Road is backed up, and there is a lot of traffic on Midnight Pass Road on Siesta Key.
Ford is recalling more than 440,000 vehicles to fix problems that can cause engine fires and doors to open unexpectedly. The first recall covers more than 230,000 Escape SUVs, Fiesta ST subcompacts, Fusion cars, and Transit Connect vans from 2013 through 2015. The company says the engines can overheat, causing the cylinder head to crack and then leak oil that can catch fire. Ford has 29 reports of fires, but no injuries so far. Company also adding 211,000 vehicles to a previous recall to replace faulty door latches. That recall covers the 2014 Fiesta and the 2013 and 14 Fusion and Lincoln MKZ.
Samsung is unveiling a new line of Galaxy smartphones. The new S8 and S8 Plus phones are bigger than the Galaxy S7 and have curved screens that flow onto the sides. But one thing is missing, a physical home button. It's also the first phone to feature Samsung's new virtual assistant, Bixby. Samsung hopes that these new phones will help the company recover from its worldwide recall of the Galaxy Note 7. Users reported Note 7s were overheating, catching on fire, even exploding. Samsung initially blamed faulty batteries, but some experts believe a design flaw was actually to blame.
For the first time in a century, Crayola is retiring a color from its 24-count crayon box. The current colors that make up a Crayola box include the primary colors and then unique colors like carnation pink, blue violet, and red violet. Crayola is not actually saying which color it's getting rid of just yet. They're going to wait until the end of the week when they'll live stream a decision on Friday, otherwise known as National Crayon Day. I guess you could pick one that they have a lot of varieties in.
I guess.
There are a lot of reds and blues, so maybe we'll get rid of one of those.
One of those variations.
But are they going to replace it? I guess they have to.
They would have to. Yeah, maybe they've come up with something a little bit more innovative.
We'll find out.
We'll see. Entertainment is next.
There's a whole new way to bank with Achieva Checking Plus. You get new features like cell phone protection for 3 phones, plus an interest-bearing account. And that's good to know. Discover all the benefits at AchievaCU.com. Achieva, banking for good. Achieva Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
With a top prize of $10 million, the new $10 million world-class cash scratch-off from the Florida Lottery is your ticket to take on the world. $10 million world-class cash scratch-off from the Florida Lottery. One of our life-changing scratch-offs offering billions in cash prizes.
At Tidewell Hospice, we know it's never too late to say thank you to our military veterans. The Tidewell Honors Veterans Program has provided care to more than 13,000 military families since 2008. Tidewell volunteers help honor veterans through special pinning ceremonies that demonstrate our appreciation for the freedom our veterans fought to defend. If you know a veteran who can benefit from end-of-life care, call or visit Tidewell.org today. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
The Lax coming to the White Buffalo Saloon April 1st. Visit the WBSaloon.com.
There's a whole new way to bank with Achieva Checking Plus. You get new features like full ID theft protection, and that's good to know. Discover all the benefits at AchievaCU.com. Achieva, banking for good. Achieva Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
Piece of history from the man known as the father of modern biology is now up for auction.
A handwritten page from the conclusion of Charles Darwin's On the Origin of Species will be auctioned off tomorrow. The page likely comes from an 1859 first edition draft. It wraps up Darwin's key arguments written in his own hand for the theory of natural selection and evolution. It also bears Darwin's signature. The bidding for the page will start at $675,000.
Bob Dylan is ready to accept his Nobel Prize in Literature. The singer-songwriter will pick up his diploma and medal this weekend in Sweden, where he has 2 concerts planned. Members of the Academy have been trying to nail him down for months. Now, Nobel officials say they'll hand over the award before or after one of his performances without the usual Nobel lecture. However, a lecture is required to get the $900,000 of Nobel Prize money, so there is a good chance that Dylan could send in a taped version.
Actress Emmy Rossum is thanking Los Angeles police for their response to a jewelry heist at her home. $150,000 worth of jewelry and other items were taken during a break-in at the star's home last week. The 30-year-old star of Showtime's Shameless tweeted, "Thank you to the LAPD. I fully support the police efforts and dedication."
Not every day you'll find an international singer serenading you on the way to work, but that's exactly what happened for several commuters in London. Singer John Legend set up an impromptu performance at a London train station. Legend started playing one of the public pianos, and then fans crowded around to get a glimpse as he sang his hit "All of Me." He played for about 15 minutes before then heading off to a waiting vehicle.
Pretty cool.
That made the day for a lot of folks.
A lot of people, right. We'll be right back.
The human spirit's capacity to defy the odds, to push the envelope, is boundless.